Watch out, Bears fans. Justin Fields feels more comfortable in year 2 of Luke Getsy's offense. Sports Talk Chicago. Here with Jon Zaghloul. Subscribe to the channel for more Chicago Bears content. We do it daily. We also have a network featuring Clay Harbor, Corey Wooten, and Joey Christopoulos. Follow us all over the place at Sports Talk Chicago and find us on every podcast platform at Sports Talk Chicago as well. Support our sponsor, Amish Country Farms, for the best Amish food in all of Chicagoland. So Justin Fields is feeling more comfortable in Luke Getsy's offense, and after you hear these quotes, you will not be surprised as to why. Justin Fields said on Tuesday that he feels more comfortable in Luke Getsy's system, just with my reads and stuff like that, just seeing what the defense is doing and stuff like that. He also went on to say it's truly amazing when you have that feeling going in, knowing where your guys are going to be, being more comfortable with the footwork stuff. It's been great. I've got to work on stuff in the offseason, but having that second-year experience with the same offense is great. Not surprised by this quote from Justin Fields. We've actually talked about this a number of times on this program, and you shouldn't be either. Continuity is so important for a quarterback in any walk of life, in any stage of life, but especially in the National Frickin' Football League. Need to have a consistent offense, weapons, consistent coaching in order to succeed over time. It's not going to be that easy. It's not just going to happen. And for Justin Fields, clearly there were struggles last year. Now, there was success. I mean, he almost broke the record for single-season rushing yards. He was a great running quarterback, but not much else. Passed the ball a little bit, didn't get too many opportunities, didn't have many weapons, lots of drops, Bears were tanking. So many problems that just compounded on one another and hurt him as the season moved forward. But this year the Bears aren't tanking. They aren't trying to lose. They aren't trying to be bad. This is a completely different situation. And Justin Fields has the opportunity to really flex his passing muscle in 2023. Seeing this quote is not only encouraging, but it's expected, and I'd be stunned if this quote wasn't given by Fields. You should be more enthused and more comfortable in a system in which now you're 2 years in. Have to remember, too, Luke Getsy had some learning himself to do last year. First 6 or 7 games of last season, if you recall, Justin Fields sucked. This offense sucked. Everything about this team was horrible. They only got better, even though they still lost games. They got better as the year moved forward, as Luke Getsy kind of felt out what Justin Fields was good at and what he needed help with, and what the offensive approach should be for every game throughout the rest of the season. Luke Getsy himself had growing pains. He's not some genius either. He had issues that he overcame. Justin Fields did too. That give and take is what makes you a good quarterback in football. Your ability to work with your coach, adjust to his offense, have him adjust to you a little bit. That's what makes a good quarterback and OC combo. Said it multiple times on this program. Matt Nagy, horrible play caller, horrible offensive guy. Why? It's not because I have a personal vendetta. It's because he did not cater to his quarterbacks, whether it be Mitch Trubisky, Nick Foles, Justin Fields. Every quarterback that's playing the Matt Nagy system has not worked out. Wonder why. Is it a quarterback problem or a Matt Nagy problem? Really that simple. The give and take relationship with an offensive coordinator and a quarterback makes a huge difference when it comes to on-the-field performance and product. Luke Getsy showed us last year that he's willing to make adjustments and willing to admit when he's made a mistake, and that's big for somebody in that sort of role. And it's a complete 180 from how it was before under Matt Nagy. And now Justin Fields is admitting here that, yes, I had things to work on. Yes, it was not easy in year 1, but year 2 is going to be better. I'm already more comfortable, and I'm ready to go. Continuity is important for a young quarterback, too, especially. I want to make that point clear. Look at Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield now in Tampa. There was a viral video, actually, that went out showing the quarterback competition in Tampa now between Baker and Kyle Trask. Hint, they both suck. But the purpose of that video and the purpose of why I've been bringing up Baker Mayfield is because he's never had stability at the head coaching position or at the offensive coordinator position. Came out of college, went to the Browns. Browns went through 2 head coaches in his 3 years there, 3 different OCs in his 3 years there. Now a new OC in Tampa, new head coach, not to mention the fact that he was traded midseason last year. He's been through the gamut. So I don't really blame him to an extent if he doesn't perform or if people want to make fun of him. It's not necessarily his fault, fully. This guy's been in the league now, 5, 6 years, and he's gone through literally 6 offensive schemes, different offensive coordinators, not to mention his transition from college to the pros. Not easy. That's difficult to do. Same with Jay Cutler. Love him or hate him, he went through so many different changes. Coaches, offensive coordinators, general managers, executives. I don't care who you are not going to win with that sort of discontinuity, constant change, moving back and forth. Last time I checked, it was Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, they won, right? All the time. Continuity together for 17, 18 years, and they just kept winning. Without each other, they've had issues, although Tom's at least won something without Bill, but regardless, the combo worked. The continuity helped. The expectations were clear from day one, and they never changed. New coach comes in, they want to gut everything, give you a new offense, and bring in their people. That's just how it works. That's a life thing, too. No matter where you work, if a new boss comes in, you're automatically on the hot seat if you're an incumbent employee. You may not be what they want, and you may be fired for it. Same thing in football, same thing in baseball, basketball, whatever sport you watch. So for Justin Fields, I relate and I sympathize to an extent with what he's been going through. It doesn't totally excuse a dumb throw, a dumb decision on his part, but it does excuse to an extent why things were off base, why there was momentum moving back and forth, why nobody was in sync last season till the very end. It's going to take time for a quarterback to learn. Randy Mueller, former NFL GM, has come on this show multiple times and said it takes a quarterback 3 to 4 years to master an offense. Well, this is Fields' second year under Luke Getsy. He's going to be better, but I guarantee you there still may be miscommunications, mistakes made, and problems that need to be solved throughout the year. It's about adjustments. It's not going to be perfect in year 2. But what I like about this quote is that it will be better, and Justin Fields believes in it. Goes on to say in this article that Fields is receiving plenty of support from his coaches along the way. Fields said, quote, "It's awesome for me getting that trust from the coaching staff. Reporters don't see it, but we communicate here all the time. We trust each other fully. Just having them behind me, they know the kind of leader I am to my teammates. They know how great I want to be, the work I put in. It's just great to have them behind my back for sure." Of course it is. Because I've been guilty of it too, calling for Justin Fields' head. He doesn't want to hear that, and certainly from the coaching staff, he doesn't need to hear that. They did that to Mitch Trubisky. Coaches did. So it's nice to be in a relationship, in an environment where everybody does believe in you outwardly and hopefully inwardly too. Justin Fields mentally needs to know that he's welcomed and needs to know that, hey, there were confounding factors last year. This year's going to be different and better. That's why I said even for this season, this is the true judgment of Fields. And I know every year we keep moving the goalposts, and you said, oh, John, last year's the true judgment. Every year the goalposts get moved in order to see his development as a player. Last year he proved, okay, he's a competent NFL quarterback. He's not a complete bust. He knows how to pass a little bit, knows how to run. He can make plays with his feet. He could keep his team in the game. Maybe he can't win games down the stretch yet, but he could keep them in games. This year, hey, can he be an elite NFL QB? Is he going to be more so average? That's what we're going to find out this season. And you know what? Being in an offense in which it's your second year, and you're claiming today you're more comfortable in it, and it's May, that will bode well for his future and what he will bring to the table as far as performance goes. I know it's just words. You may not want to believe them, but I really buy this one in the sense that it just makes sense. It just sounds right. Of course it's going to be easier for him. Of course he's going to be more comfortable. For all he knew, last year Luke Getsy was coming for his head and wanted his quarterback. Same with Ryan Poles and Matt Eberflus. Who knows what was going through their head day one when they walked in the building? Per Justin, right? Fields is not sitting around thinking, okay, they love me. No, he knows, and he knew at that time he had to prove himself. He had to be better, had to show them that he deserved to be the starting franchise QB for this team. I think he did that very well last year considering the circumstances. Now, year two, not as much pressure of, hey, I need to make it. Now the pressure is, hey, let's win some ball games. And now I have an OC who supports me. I have an OC who understands the way I play football, who's willing to cater to me and not be a Matt Nagy, and who's willing to let me be me on the field. That comfortability aspect will lead to a better performance for Justin Fields in 2023. No doubt about that. He's going to be a better QB than last year. Don't know how much better. I'm hoping at least 3,500 passing yards and maybe 20 touchdowns, minimum. He's going to be better. So there's so much to break down with this quote. It's not just, okay, I'm going to gloss through this and move forward. No, there's so much that goes into it. There's so much behind the scenes that we don't even know about fully that maybe we're making assumptions on, but it really makes sense. That's what's important about this here. He feels more comfortable. He feels more comfortable with his reads, seeing what the defense is doing, comfortable with footwork stuff, working on stuff in the offseason. Second-hand and second-year experience with the same offense is great, says Fields. It is great. I'm expecting a bigger year. I'm not expecting superstardom, NFL MVP votes, not yet, although if it happens, good for him, but I am expecting a better season. You should be too. This is cause for joy. It's cause for celebration. This is positive news out of Bears camp right now. And it only makes sense. Look at the quarterbacks even recently who have not panned out according to our expectations. Again, I bring up Baker Mayfield. I bring up Jay Cutler as well. They have their issues, don't get me wrong. Both do. But I'm not going to blame them for never having stability. And when I say never, I really mean never. Look at their careers. I'm not going to blame them for never having stability at the head coaching spot or the offensive coordinator spot. Every single year of their careers, there's been a new offensive scheme and a new guy, a new hack job who's come in and said, I can fix this QB, and they can't. None of them can. Maybe it's not fully their fault, but it certainly mentally hurts these guys when every single year there's a new offense they have to learn in a condensed period of time. The old rule is 3 to 4 years. That's how long it takes you to learn an offense. Changing schemes and thoughts and patterns every year will not necessarily make you better or make things click. They almost never will, frankly. So for Fields, in his case, hearing this quote and just him getting the opportunity to have continuity will make him a better quarterback in 2023. I say that now in May, and I know it's going to come true. Thanks for watching today's show here on Sports Talk Chicago. Subscribe to the channel for more unfiltered Chicago Bears content and opinions. You can follow us everywhere at Sports Talk Chicago. You can also find us in the podcast at Sports Talk Chicago as well, and support our sponsor, Amish Country Farms. So long, everyone.